November 7th, a beautiful day in Iowa City. Looks like July 7th. So we are lucky, and we are lucky for another reason, because we have Van Allen Elementary School represented tonight with us. Whenever the name Van Allen comes to mind, I remember my dear friend, the late Dr. Van Allen. We were very close friends, and his daughter Evelyn was married to one of my classmates. And we had a lot of memories together. He was such an inventor, a leader in the area of physics and science, and space science in particular, like nobody before. And every time we explore the space, it's Van Allen belt, and probably your students, Amy, know about it. On my right side is Eric Ewald, is new principal of Van Allen Elementary, and on his right side, separated by the monitor there, is Amy Schultz, the teacher in a school, and next to her is Grace and Mr. Jack. And they are leaders of student council.
Yes.
And I would like you to make a little introduction.
Sure.
But before your introduction, I have to tell everybody that's watching us tonight, our audience and our viewers and people on YouTube, that we have a co-host is going to be sharing with me, not only tonight, but maybe further in all the next shows, not for 25 years as we have been doing, but maybe for a couple more years. Elwi, can you come to the camera just to show your face, so that Elwi is trained in Hollywood, in California, and in New York. She's a professional artist and performer, as well as she's an expert in the area of physical fitness and good life as far as food and so on. I don't know if they can see you now. And then she will disappear from the first half, and then she will be hosting the second half with Eric Ewald. Thank you. So tell me now about
Sure.
Van Allen.
Van Allen, we're a preschool through 6th grade elementary school. We've got about 550 students, give or take. It's a great school. We're a fairly newer school up in North Liberty, and really happy to be the principal there this year.
And before that, what were you doing?
I was a principal in Marion before that, and before that I was a principal in Riverside, Iowa. So I've been a
it's all
principal
in
for
the-
a couple
in the area, huh?
Yeah, I've lived in North Liberty for the past couple of years, and now I just have the good fortune to work
Are
there
you
too.
from this area too?
I'm from West Branch.
Oh,
So right next door.
You are the real stuff, huh?
I guess. I guess.
And Amy is teaching what?
I'm the school counselor at the elementary school.
Okay, you are counseling.
Yeah.
So can you give me an idea, general idea about Grace and Jack? And then later we are going to have Braden and Corey, right?
We are.
With,
Yeah.
with Elwi. So those are the student council, right?
yeah.
What do they do?
So every year we nominate 4 officers. So we have a president and a vice president and a secretary and a treasurer. So this year Grace is our secretary and Jack is our treasurer. And then later in the session you'll be meeting Braden and Corey as well. So, but they help run our student council, and they are the voice of the students. And together we work to make Van Allen a great school and help out in the community as well.
And Grace, did you join the student council this year, or you were before in the student council? And this is just a continuation of your activities
I joined this year.
this year.
Yeah.
So this year was your first year. How
Yeah.
about you, Jack?
I joined this year.
And you joined this year. So what are the main activities that you did, Grace?
Well, we already did the canned food drive.
I want you to speak a little louder so that I'm an old guy, as you can see, and I need to hear you very well.
So we did the
Yeah.
canned food drive, and then pretty soon we're going to do the dance marathon and Cassie's Mittens for the winter.
So select one of those and tell me about it.
So Cassie's Mittens is where we collect mittens, gloves, and hats, and we donate them to people in the community that don't have them.
How do you collect them?
We have boxes, and then students can like give mittens and gloves and hats and put them in the boxes, and then
So you go and, take me step by step. You go in the neighborhood, knock on the doors, or what do you do?
so we have a few boxes around our school, and students can come in and put in hats or mittens that they have, like new ones.
And how successful this was?
Well, we've been doing it for a couple years, so I think it's pretty good.
So it's kind of a regular program
Yeah.
in your school.
Yeah,
And do you think a lot of people benefit from it?
yeah. Because like we're giving other people like
Do
winter
you
supplies.
do this, excuse me for the, this may sound a little naive question, but if I am in need for a mitten, do I come to you, or I shy often, I cannot admit it? You know what I mean? I mean, there is something about pride, especially when you are in need. How do you overcome that?
Mm.
Do you talk to them separately?
Well, actually, we give the like mittens to like a family and their kid, like a family. And then they distribute all the winter supplies.
In front of everybody, or
No,
just,
like privately.
Oh, very good. That's the main thing. Okay, so you answered my question pretty well. Jack, jump in. Let us stay with a project that you like, or you did practice and you prefer to continue doing it.
Probably the canned food drive.
Okay, tell me about it a little bit.
So kids can come in and donate.
And louder a little bit, because I see a guy watching our program and he cannot hear like me, and he said, I can't hear Jack very well. I
So
can see him.
kids come in and they donate like soup and canned stuff to they like put them in boxes, and then we like donate them to certain places.
I can hear some echo of your voice. I don't know, is it control room or this echo is going to continue? But I just want to tell my director that I can hear a loud echo of your voice in particular. So let us stay there. And tell me, how do you collect those cans?
It's kind of like Cassie's Mittens. Kids can come in and donate the stuff, the food.
They bring it from home.
Yes.
And what do you do if somebody says, Jack, we don't have anything to offer?
Not everybody has to donate.
So it's not obligation, right?
Uh-uh.
Okay. Take over.
So we send a letter home to families. This is something we do every year. We've done this for the last 6-7 years, I would say, in student council. And
You have been in the school for 7 years already?
I've actually been in the school since it opened in 2005.
Wow.
So there are very few of us left. Mrs. Hildebrand, who's going to be joining us here shortly, she's one of the ones as well who opened Van Allen. So, yes. But we send a letter home, and the families are welcome to donate non-perishable items. And we have boxes located around the school, so we're really good at communicating with the families about the needs. And then we take those items to the North Liberty Food Pantry. We've kind of partnered up with them, and they let us know when is a good time of the year when families would.
What's that? Is that a commercial place or non-for-profit? Or?
Yes, yes, it's a nonprofit, organization that distributes food that families can go to the pantry and access food and other items that they might need. So we talk to the kids a lot about, families get in situations that can be tough where someone loses a job or other unfortunate things happen, and so we want to have empathy and show compassion for them.
Grace and Jack, is there anything else you want to add before we get the other two musketeers to replace you?
Yes, ma'am. No.
They're gonna talk about
No.
No? Is there
No.
anything you want to add? Is there any message to the community? You look at the camera where this young man, Mr. Michael Peterson, our chief director here, stands. And look at this camera, you will face all our viewers. And is there a message?
I just think our student council is doing a great job of working together to make a difference at our school and our community, and we're really proud of them.
And how proud you are.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, it's a great school, and I think the student council is a great thing. It gives students a good leadership opportunity, and it gives them a voice to really do some neat things within the school, which is really important.
So we have now a transition between you and my friend Lisa, and the two of you will be replaced by Braden and Corey, and I am going to say bye to, and Ellie will be in my place.
Thank you.
Okay? So let's do this quickly. And you stay here.
Sounds good.
So we have here, in addition to the rest of the student council, the president of the student council, Braden. Say hello.
Hello.
And we have our vice president, Corey. Say hi.
Hi.
And teacher Lisa. And excuse me if I ask you for the pronunciation of your last name, but I want to make sure that I say it
Hildebrand.
properly. Hildebrand, okay. But we may call you Lisa? if
That's fine.
all right?
Yeah.
All right, and then our principal, Eric.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome. So tell us a little bit about your experiences, Braden, and your role in the food drive and the dance marathon and Casey's Mittens.
It's Cassie's Mittens, but
Oh, okay. Thank you.
before Cassie's Mittens, there was this girl who would always give up her hat or gloves or even a coat, I bet, to somebody who needed it. So then when she passed away, her family started this drive called Cassie's Mittens. So that's kind of how Cassie's Mittens got started around here, and that's how it got started.
That's a beautiful story. And what is your role in that whole experience?
Well, for Cassie's Mittens, I don't have too big of a role in it. Basically, I put a box out front and in front of the office, and whoever donates can just donate. So basically, putting a box in front of the office is basically my job.
Very nice. Very good. And Corey, for you, tell us a little bit about your experience in the food drive or the dance marathon.
So this is my first year running, and I'll talk about the dance marathon. So over the whole week, we
Would you like the penny drive?
yeah, okay. On Monday, we collect pennies from every classroom, and on Tuesday we do nickel day, Wednesday we do dime day, Thursday we do quarter day, and Friday we do dollar day. And on Friday we have the dance marathon, and we also accept donations then.
Very good. And is it dancing all day then? Is it?
It's dancing for 2 hours,
Okay.
6 to 8.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I'm sure you've thought about what a great impact this is on the community. What is your role in this whole
My
thing?
role, well, we'll find out because this is my first year, so
Oh,
we'll kind of
great.
find out as we go. But I think my role is to really just help publicize what it is that we're doing and talk about why we're doing what it is that we're doing, and then giving them some room to be in charge of it, because that's kind of their role as student council members.
Sure, so you are their support system.
Absolutely.
And you facilitate pretty much
Yes.
all the events that happen. And Lisa, how about you?
So I actually am the physical education teacher. So the 2 weeks prior to the dance marathon, we do a lot of dancing in PE, learning dances, and which is why I became involved with Student Council this year, because I work together tightly with Mrs. Schultz on some of the events. So we have done a mini dance marathon during the school day in the past, where all the students take a turn coming down to the gym during the school day if they can't make the dance marathon at night, and then we have the dance marathon in the evening.
Great. And I must ask, how many are there in the student council?
As far as student council representatives,
Reps, yeah.
the 4 that we have here tonight are 4 student council.
Very good. And all
representatives.
families, I'm sure, are involved as well, and obviously the community. That's wonderful. And that really concludes all of
Yeah,
that.
so we also have representatives
Oh,
from
very
each
good.
class too.
Perfect,
So
okay.
these are the council members, and so we also have representatives from each class that come to our meetings.
Very good. And it's a weekly meeting that you guys...
We've been meeting about bi-weekly,
Okay.
and what we do so everyone can have a turn is we usually have 2 representatives from each classroom, and then they do the first semester, and then we switch with 2 other students that come and join us for the second semester. So we try to give as many students a possibility of being involved.
And where does your inspiration come from when it comes to these events and what's next?
I would say students.
Yeah.
Students come up with a lot of ideas.
Awesome. So everyone just kind of brainstorms and comes up with an idea as to what is next and how they can impact on the community. It's awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. And that concludes my questions for you guys. Here, right there, honey. I guess one thing I do want to ask before you go is, I know from my understanding the dance marathon had already happened. Is that right?
It happens in conjunction with the University
So
of
it-
Iowa's, kind of?
Do you want to talk about it, Breeden?
Yeah,
I'll
the
defer to
dance,
them.
Thank you.
the dance marathon is the last week of January, and it's on a Friday, so we can collect all the coins and money. And every year, well, last year we got about $5 million.
Thousand.
I mean, $5,000.
That's our goal for this year.
$5 million.
$5,000.
Perfect.
And then we always have a little dance marathon before the real one. So during school, we stop our class, go to the gym for about 20 minutes, and just dance for 20 minutes for the people who can't make it that night.
Excellent. And what is next? What after? I mean, have you thought about what's next after the dance marathon? Have you brainstormed on that yet?
Not really.
Well,
Probably,
well,
yeah.
The dance marathon hasn't happened yet, so we're
Right.
still busy planning Cassie's Mittens like they talked about. And the food drive just ended. Well, it's still ending right now, so kind of wrapped up in these 3 things right now.
Very good. All right, well, thank you so much. Thanks to our viewers for watching. On behalf of our educational staff, our executive producers and directors, John Karhoff and Michael Peterson, Dr. Hani Al-Kadi, our producer and host. Thanks to Trenton Orris and the PATV team for their major help and patience, and a special thanks to the Van Allen family. This show will air during the next few weeks on cable channels 18 and 21, on the PATV websites, and on YouTube. And from gorgeous Iowa City, have a good night.